This video is going to be a little long. So if you are looking for any specific mistake, here are all the mistakes that I'm going to cover in this video. And I will leave timestamps to all the mistakes in the description so that if you want to go to a specific mistake, you can click on the timestamp and go to that mistake. Hey folks, I'm Nilanchan and welcome back to my channel. As many of you may know, I have been a Clapping Go tutor for the past few months. And in the last few months, I have taught students, learners from all over India. And I have noticed that there are certain mistakes that learners tend to make. In this video, I will share with you 4 such mistakes that I have seen learners make often while speaking. If you are interested in mistakes related to writing, let me know in the comments and I will make a video about that in the future. Also, there will be a part 2 of this video and that video will be up on the channel in about 2 weeks. In that video, I will talk about 6 more mistakes that learners make while speaking. So make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss that video. Now, why am I making this video? Because it's going to benefit a lot of learners. Plus, the most viewed video on my channel currently happens to be the video where I talk to another Clapping Go tutor about 3 common mistakes that Indian learners make. Without any further delay, let's see what those mistakes are. Number 1 is subject-verb agreement. Right, probably from your first verb lesson, your teachers would have told you that the subject and the verb should agree in a sentence, which is known as subject-verb agreement. For example, I eat, he eats, she eats, we eat, they eat, right? That's what we say. We don't say I eats or we don't say he eat. So essentially, there is an S at the end of the verb. Eats, sleeps, drinks, dances. Some learners tend to add that S after the subject. That can be either a person's name or it can be a pronoun. For example, he's eat. Instead of saying he eats. Instead of saying she sleeps, the learner says she's sleep. It's depend on you instead of it depends on you. And he's sleep on the right side of the bed instead of he sleeps on the right side of the bed. That's the mistake. To fix this mistake, the important thing to keep in mind is that you should add the S or the ES to the main verb, not the subject of the sentence, that is the noun or the pronoun. The second mistake that learners often make is related to pronouncing words. Some of these words have the same spelling. For example, minute and minute, and both content and content. Learners also get confused between words that have similar spellings and meanings and stuff, but then they are differently pronounced. For example, I had a student who used to get confused between lose, loss, and loose. I have also seen learners get confused between affect and effect, later and latter, and further and farther. And then there are words that are completely different, but then they have a similar meaning, which is why they often confuse learners. For example, during and since, beside and besides. The key to fixing this problem is knowing what these words mean. For example, content is related to social media content or maybe content of a book, whereas content is related to happiness. So you should know that even though both the words have the same spelling, their pronunciations are different. And when you say content, you mean happy. And when you say content, you are talking about what's in a video or a website or a book. Now, the third mistake that I've seen learners make often is related to the way they speak. Some people tend to speak really fast. For example, my washing machine at home has broken down. And I called the company yesterday and I was talking to the customer service representative. You won't believe me, but the guy just spoke so quickly. I had to ask him to repeat everything because I couldn't follow what he was saying because he kept speaking so fast. And I myself have struggled from this. Believe me when I say that. My parents used to complain that I spoke so fast, they could not understand a word of what I said. On the other hand, if you speak too slowly, the other person is likely to just doze off, that is, just fall asleep, because they would get bored listening to you. The second issue that I have seen is a strong mother tongue influence. Don't get me wrong, mother tongue is absolutely fine. My mother tongue is Bengali, somebody else's mother tongue is Hindi, somebody's mother tongue is Tamil or Telugu or Malayalam, any other language. And having a mother tongue is good because it shows that you also speak another language. It shows your original culture. But if you have a strong mother tongue influence on English, two things happen. Firstly, you are more likely to translate from your mother tongue to English and from English to your mother tongue. And the second problem is if you have a really strong mother tongue influence, the other person may not understand what you say. For example, when I was in college in Bangalore, I had a classmate who was from Chennai. He used to speak Hindi, English, Tamil, Telugu, I think Malayalam also. But his mother tongue was Tamil. And he had a really strong Tamil accent. My teachers had difficulty understanding what he used to say. Some of my classmates also had difficulty. Anyway, the important thing is that you try to reduce the influence your mother tongue has on your English speaking. And the fourth mistake is using the simple past form of a verb after I did or I did not. What you should be using instead is the simple present form of the verb. For example, you should say, I did eat or I did not eat, instead of I did ate or I did not ate. Similarly, it should be I did sleep or I did not dance, instead of I did slept or I did not danced. This may seem like a simple mistake, but this mistake is so widespread, I can't even tell you. I studied in an English medium school and I used to see my classmates make this mistake continuously. Even after the teacher corrected them, they would say, "Ma'am, I did not came to school yesterday, so I did not knew what was the homework." Whereas they should have said, "I did not come to school yesterday, so I did not know what was the homework." Alright folks, that's it for today. To get notified when I upload part 2 with 6 more such mistakes, make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out that video. Let me know in the comments if you made any of these mistakes that I discussed in this video. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. That helps me out a lot, and I'm also trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. Share this video with your friends, family members, anybody who you think can benefit from this information. Take care of yourself, stay safe, and bye bye.